Hello everyone. This is going to be a short video tutorial on how to complete your quarterly report in e-CImpact. The first thing you're going to do is you're going to log into your agency site in e-CImpact, and then you're going to go to this Apply and Report box on the left-hand side of this screen, and you're going to look at what investment cycle you're in. So as you can see, we got the 2021 to 2022 cohort, and then the 2022 to 2023 cohort. So just depending on where your contract is, or if you have contracts in both years, you'll be able to see these 2022 quarter one reports. So just make sure you're in the appropriate section, and then once you hit this link, all of your contracts that need quarterly reports will pop up here. So I have a test one right in front of me, and I'll take you through the various components. So the first component is going to be what we call services. So that's your numbers that you're going to be reporting on. So your individual served or your encounter numbers, depending on what your contract looks like in the service provider agreement. So what you're going to do is just click on this link right here, and then it's going to take you to this screen, and then you'll have to refer to your service provider agreement or amendment, and you'll look in Exhibit A, Section 2, and you'll see that table that you'll likely remember filling out with either Christine or I when we were going through your contract phase. And so please refer to that table and all the language inside that table, because you'll be using that to create your reporting table. So once you are in this screen, you'll click Select a New Service, and you'll have to fill out a name for your service. So if you look at the table in your agreement, that'll be the language on the left-hand side. So for example, maybe it says Outreach and Navigation, but just put whatever language is in there for your respective program. So once that's done, you're going to click Save My Work and Continue, and then it's going to bring you to this box, and it says Result Indicator. Now, result indicators are the levels within that table. So typically the table would say number of individuals served and then number of encounters. So but that's not for everyone. There's a variety, and so for example with Outreach and Navigation, there were typically 3 result indicators. So just use whatever language is on that on the line and input that into the result indicator. So for example, the top one was individuals reached through outreach, so I'll put that. So you're just going to have to look at the specific language of your table. So we have that, and then after that's done and you want to add another, you'll click Save My Work and add another result indicator. So following this Outreach and Navigation line, the next one would be individuals screened, if I can spell. And then you'll click Save My Work and mark as another, and then the last one would be individuals navigated. Great. So once you are done with all the levels of those result indicators, you're going to click Save My Work and Continue. And that's going to bring you to this screen. So here is where you're going to be putting your numbers in for this quarter and the year to date. You'll also have this narrative box to fill out, and this is going to, if your numbers are low, if your numbers are high for this quarter, or whatever the situation may be, this narrative box will let you explain the situation and kind of talk through what's going on with your program. So you're going to fill out these numbers, so you will just put your number for this correct quarter. So let's say 50 here, and since it's the first quarter, the year to date would also be 50. And this will change for quarter 2, quarter 3, and etc. So 50, then let's say 30 here, you'll mirror that because it's the first quarter, and let's say 15. And then once you have filled out these numbers and you've explained in the narrative box, you will go here and click Save My Work and mark as completed. And you're done with that table. Now, depending on your service provider agreement, you may have multiple tables, and if you need to create another table, you'll just hit this Create New Service, and then you can fill that out. It's just depending on what your contract looks like, just please fill out whatever tables you may need. And once you're done in this section, you'll click Save My Work and mark as completed. And then you're going to go on to the next two sections, and then so the next section is parent satisfaction surveys. It's pretty self-explanatory. We have all 4 quarters. The first line would be total number of surveys you have collected this quarter, and then you'll break it down by number of those surveys who indicated that they were satisfied, neutral, or not satisfied. So we had 50 here, and then there's the breakdown. Once you're done, you'll hit Save My Work and mark as completed. Then the next section would be your narrative. So you'll click here, and there's just several narrative questions. I just put an A just a placeholder so I could submit it. And you'll complete all of these questions, and you'll have a lot of room. I think there are 4,000 characters to use, so you'll have plenty of space to talk about your program and the questions. Then you'll hit the Save My Work and mark as completed link, and then that's it. Now I do have one other section I can go to. This is relevant attachments, and there are 8 spaces for you to put in any sort of documents or anything you may need that was relevant to this quarter. And if you do not have any attachments, you still will have to go in here and just hit Save Upload and mark as completed, even if you don't have any attachments. But we have 8 spots for you to attach any sort of files. So you'll go in here, hit that link, and then now, as you can see in the status, we are completed and all ready to submit. You'll go up here, you will input whatever email you want the submission email to go to, and then you'll click Submit this application now. And that's it. Thanks.